Day trading scalping strategies. Today we're going to talk about 3 day trading scalping strategies that you can apply to your arsenal. Let's get into it right here in this video. Everybody has a different definition when it comes to scalping, but what I would say a scalp is, if I was going to write the definition of what a day trade scalp is, I would say that a day trading scalp is basically when you're looking to just get a few points off of a move, maybe a breakout, a breakdown, something when the market's moving that might not correlate perfectly with the indicators or the normal strategy that you're using. Let's break down 3 scalping strategies that you can apply here in 2023. The first and probably the simplest scalping strategy that I use day to day. This might just be me taking a trade because I think the market's going to break out for 5-6 points and I'm looking for opportunities. Now here, what do we have? What's the first thing we're looking at? Basically the 2000 tick chart here. We've got the 13 EMA. We're trending higher here. Where's my entry? Where's my exit? Basically, I'm looking to break out over this kind of consolidation level for a scalp. I'm looking to place a scalp trade above this level. So we can see that 906, we'll say 907 area was being resistance right there on these candles. So we're basically going sideways. We're above the 13 EMA. This is important for the strategy. We want to make sure that we're above the EMA. We want to make sure that we're holding the EMA as support, which we are. We're ding, 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 and then we're getting that breakout. So we're basically buying here at 907 when we break above the high of these candles, and we're looking to get 4 or 5 handles to the upside, and there's that move up there to 912. You could basically stay in this until we break back below the 13 EMA. So let's say you got in 907 and you rode this all the way up there, to the 17s, and you got out here when we closed at the 13s, which is funny because it probably would have about the same amount of profit if you would have just taken that profit there. If I'm looking to jump in above the high of these candles at the 94s, my stop's basically at like 92, so I'm risking 2 for a 4 to 5 handle move, and this actually went up about 10 handles there. So you get about a 10 handle move with only a 2-point risk. So I'm basically entering here at the 94 breakout over these candles. My stop is pretty much like right here at the bottom of them where I'm entering at the 13 EMA, like the 92 level. So I'm risking 2 for a possible 10 handle move to the upside. That's a beautiful scalp all day. I'll take that one. Hey, if you enjoy these videos, you want to learn more about what I'm doing day to day, tune in 9:15 a.m. live every morning right here on YouTube for free. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. You'll know when I go live on YouTube. If you haven't already hit that like button, help me out. Hit it right now. Go ahead and tap that like button. Let's get back into the scalping strategies that you can use here in 2023 for day trading. For the second scalping strategy, we're looking for like a short here. Let's say I want to jump in when we break to the downside here. What are we looking at for this strategy? We have the 8 EMA. We then have the 21 EMA. What I like about this strategy is very simple. We want to see basically a push up and then get denied at that 21 EMA. So we have the 8 EMA showing us that we're kind of bouncing back up here, and then we're looking for this denial at that 21 EMA, that blue line right there. So once we get denied there and we start to break back to the downside, we're basically looking to get short once we break back below the 8 EMA, and we're getting short there at the 49s. Our stop is there at the 54s, maybe a little bit lower on that stop, just a quick little scalp, and we're going from 49s down here to 42s. So that's about a 6 handle, 7 handle move pretty easily. You can see it actually moved even further down. So this is just a quick little scalp when we're getting that break back below that 8 EMA. But the key for this strategy is you want to make sure that we're bouncing off of that middle EMA. We want to see that we got denied at that EMA there, that 21, the blue line, and then we're jumping in short once we start to push back down and we break below that 8 EMA. Below the 8 EMA right there, and then guess what? We turn that 21 EMA into support there. So I'm looking to basically then jump in long once we break back above this yellow line, the 8 EMA. So from the 75s up there to the 81s. The thing about these scalp trades is like, we're not thinking that we're gonna just go straight to the moon after this. Like, we're thinking that we're gonna get a breakout, for 4 to 5 handles. Smaller little winners. These are just little scalps, right? We're just kind of in and we're out, just taking that momentum, that action. We had the little ramp up in the volume there. We start to go higher. and then the spike in volume there. So that's pretty much the second one, the idea of playing that second EMA, the 21 EMA. We break below the 80 EMA, we turn the 21 into support, and then we look to get in once we get back above the 80 EMA, or like I said, for the short. And then when it comes to shorting for the strategy, you can see right here we turn that 21 EMA into resistance here below the 80 EMA again. So jumping in short right here at the 31s, you know, our stops right there at the 33s, and we're taking profit down there at the 20s, you know, even maybe, yeah, like a 10 handle move. So that's a beautiful little scalp right there. So the idea again, guys, is there's the 80 EMA, the yellow line. Once we get back above that 80 EMA, we're looking to see what happens. You know, if we're looking for a short, we obviously want that 15. We obviously want that 21 EMA, the blue line, to act as resistance and then send us back down. Now for the third and final day trading scalping strategy that you can use day to day is basically one very simple idea, either breaking above the highs or breaking below the lows. If we look at the move on Friday, what's the high on that first move up, or what's the low on the first move down? And we can see right here, we basically have that high there at the 75s. So I mean, this is just a kind of once a day, maybe twice a day opportunity for breaking above those highs. When we break above that high there at the 75, obviously we're looking for that move up. So from the 75s, we pushed all the way up there to the 87s. That's 10 handles. I mean, you can't complain about that. It's supposed to be 10, but 10 handles right there on that little scalp over the high of day from the overnight as well. That was the high right there at 74 when we opened up, and we got the breakout to the upside for 10 handles. I mean, this is one of those strategies that you're basically just kind of keeping it in your arsenal to think like, hey, if we push back up and we break above the high of day, well, then I would think this would break out and then go more to the upside. Now, if you're really kind of looking for a better overall entry, a better overall strategy, maybe for a bigger trade, more opportunity here, you'd basically be looking for this flag to then break out, and you're buying it down here at the 65. So you're from the 65 area, you get that huge move up there, 76s to test the high again, and then all the way up there to the 80s. So you can see the difference between the scalping strategy here on this move versus the actual like strategy having the MACD, having the 80 EMA, the EMAs all fanned out beautifully. But in general, for scalping here, if you're looking for kind of a pretty consistent move, looking for that breakout over the high of day, you know, we're looking for volume, we're looking for action, momentum in the market. We don't just want to be buying if we're just like tapping that overall high of day, but we do want to jump in once we get that nice breakout, the volume spike up there, the MACD's bullish, everything's kind of lining up. This scalping strategy also works for the break to the downside. So the overnight pre-market, we're holding right here at the 44s. We open up, this is basically the opening range at this point. We open up here on this 3-minute candle. We can't push above the highs, so we kind of like right there got stuck 53s, and we're basically looking to get short once we break below this low, that structure there at the 44. We actually took this trade the other day live on YouTube, but we break below 44s, and then look at that move all the way down there to 25. So another really kind of easy little scalp there. You could have jumped in 43 short basically once you break below, yeah, that 44 level. So you're jumping in 43 short, and you're getting about 10 handle move to the downside right there on that opening range breakout. So that's just another very simple scalp, looking for the range at open, either the low or the top of that move, and then jumping in once we break out and clear that area of consolidation. This is normally going to give us an idea like, hey, this is the direction the market's going to move, at least for this next leg down. When we break above either the high or break below the low there, we're thinking the market's going to just kind of move down to that next level based on the pivots and things like that. So the opening range scalp breakout, it's either the breakout or the breakdown. You can play it both ways. That's the great thing about futures. You don't care if it's long, if it's short, you're just trading the action. All right, we broke it down, the 13 EMA on the 2000 tick chart, riding momentum there, little bounces, looking for those little breakouts. We then talked about the 8 EMA, the 21 EMA on the 3-minute chart, getting those breakouts, that 21 EMA turning into support or resistance, and then finally the opening range scalp trade. What's funny is with the opening range scalping trade, you can basically place one trade a day and then just walk away and be done in 30 minutes of trading. So it really comes down to what your overall strategy is, what you're looking for, and what your kind of day-to-day is. You don't need to sit on the computer all day long to make money as a trader. You just need to have a very defined and simple strategy. The simpler the strategy, the better, my friends. Don't overcomplicate day trading. Too many people love to put all these indicators and all these crazy ideas and be like, oh, all this has to happen. But at the end of the day, price action is king. If the price action is saying the market's going up, the market's gonna go up. If the price action's showing we're selling off, well, then we're gonna go down. Don't make it overcomplicated. Don't force the idea that you have to know exactly which way the market's gonna go. We just trade the momentum, trade the flow. So there it is. Breaking down 3 very simple scalping strategies for 2023. I will talk to you guys later on. If you haven't, hit that like button, subscribe button. Well, I would suggest that you do. Peace.